Kaya is making his way through the forest, the towering mountains growing closer in the distance. He moves with purpose, but his eyes dart nervously around, still aware of the lurking dangers. Kaya thinks to himself, I don't know what I'm getting into, but staying here isn't an option. Kaya approaches a swift-flowing river. The water glistens under the alien sun, giving off an eerie glow. He carefully steps onto some stones, crossing the river with agility. Kaya thinks, I have to stay alert. No idea what could be hiding here. Kaya pauses midway across the river, his ears twitching as a strange hum fills the air. He stops, looking around for the source of the sound, his senses heightened. Kaya wonders, what is that noise? It's getting louder. The water in the river begins to ripple unnaturally, and small particles of light start to float in the air around Kaya. Kaya's fur stands on end as the strange energy intensifies. He thinks, this feels like the portal from before. Directly ahead of Kaya, the air warps, and a swirling vortex of energy begins to form above the river. Kaya stumbles backward, eyes wide with surprise and fear. Not again, he exclaims, panic and disbelief evident in his voice. The portal grows larger, hovering just above the water. Its pull begins to tug at the surrounding environment. Kaya digs his paws into the ground, trying to resist the gravitational pull. I have no idea where this is going to take me, he thinks, fear and resistance coursing through him. The wind around Kaya intensifies as the portal's energy surges. Loose leaves and rocks are sucked toward the vortex. Kaya struggles to maintain his balance, sliding closer to the edge of the portal. I can't get away, he shouts, tension and danger filling the air. Kaya's paws lose their grip, and he is lifted off the ground, being pulled toward the portal. He twists and tries to fight against the pull, but it's too strong. Kaya! No! Not again! Kaya is fully pulled into the swirling vortex, disappearing into a chaotic swirl of colors and lights. He tumbles helplessly through the void, his body twisting as the dimensions around him warp and shift. Kaya thinking, this is different from before. Kaya spirals through a strange tunnel of light and energy, surrounded by flashes of unknown worlds. His body flails as he tries to stabilize himself in the chaos. Kaya thinking, so many worlds, how can this be real? Kaya catches brief glimpses of other universes through cracks in the tunnel. A futuristic city, a dark wasteland, and a medieval kingdom. His eyes dart between these sights, awe and terror battling in his expression. Is this the multiverse? All these worlds, it's impossible, he thinks, filled with awe and disbelief. Kaya is spat out of the portal and lands hard in the middle of a sprawling dark forest. The sky above is grey and stormy. He groans in pain, struggling to get to his feet. Oof! That was rough, he mutters, feeling disoriented and exhausted. Kaya slowly stands, shaking himself off, and looks around at the dark, ominous forest. He sniffs the air and flicks his ears, trying to get his bearings. Another new world. This one feels darker. I don't like this, he thinks, feeling wary and uneasy. The trees around Kaya seem to shift and whisper in the wind, their branches creaking unnervingly. Kaya steps back cautiously, ears pinned as he listens. He thinks to himself, is the forest alive? A shadowy figure darts between the trees, just out of Kaya's line of sight. Kaya turns sharply, eyes narrowing as he tries to catch a glimpse of the figure. He exclaims, I saw that! Who's there? Kaya moves cautiously through the forest, following the shadowy figure. His paws are silent on the forest floor, and his senses are on high alert. He thinks it could be dangerous, but I need to know where I am. The shadowy figure disappears into the trees, leaving no trace. Kaya stops in his tracks, scanning the area with suspicion. Gone? Whatever it was, it didn't want me to follow, he mutters, frustration and suspicion clear in his voice. Kaya spots a small, worn path leading deeper into the forest. He looks at it for a moment before deciding to follow it. That path has to lead somewhere, he thinks. Maybe I'll find someone who can explain this place. His curiosity is cautious, but determined. The further Kaya walks, the darker and more oppressive the forest becomes. The trees loom over him like twisted, gnarled hands. Kaya walks carefully, glancing around warily. This place, something's not right here, he thinks, feeling a growing sense of suspense and eeriness. From the shadows, several pairs of glowing red eyes appear, watching Kaya from the trees. Kaya freezes, growling softly as he stares back at the glowing eyes. "I'm not afraid of you." A group of dark, wolf-like creatures step out from the trees, baring their fangs at Kaya. Kaya braces himself, his fur standing on end as he prepares for a fight. Thinking to himself, Kaya says, "Of course! More trouble. Bring it on." One of the wolf-like creatures lunges at Kaya, snapping its jaws. Kaya dodges to the side, barely avoiding the attack. "Too slow!" he exclaims. Kaya leaps at the wolf, landing a solid hit with his paw and knocking it to the ground. He bares his teeth, growling as the other wolves circle him. "There's more where that came from," he declares, fierce and determined. The rest of the wolves close in, surrounding Kaya on all sides. Kaya turns in a circle, watching them carefully, muscles tensed and ready. "I'm outnumbered, but I can't afford to back down," he thinks, the tension and focus evident. Kaya fights off the wolves with a combination of agility and brute force, dodging their bites and landing powerful blows. His movements are swift and precise, but the wolves are relentless. "I can't let them overwhelm me," he thinks, the scene action-packed and intense. Kaya finally lands a decisive hit, sending the last wolf crashing into a tree. He pants heavily, his body tired from the fight but victorious. That's all of them, for now. The mood is a mix of relief and exhaustion. Kaya stumbles out of the dark part of the forest and into a clearing bathed in pale, eerie light. He looks around, wary of any more threats. Kaya thinks to himself, finally, a break. But I need to figure out what's going on here. The mood is wary but relieved. In the middle of the clearing, another portal starts to form, swirling with dark energy. Kaya steps back, eyes narrowing as he watches it. He exclaims, "Not again! I just got here!" Frustration and resignation fill the air. The portal's pull is immediate and strong, dragging Kaya toward it before he has time to react. He tries to resist, but the pull is too strong, and he's sucked in once more. Kaya shouts, "Here we go again!" The scene is filled with action and dread. Kaya is pulled into the swirling void again, disappearing into the unknown as the clearing returns to silence. The portal closes behind him, leaving the world he just left quiet and still. The mood is thick with suspense and mystery.